everybody, welcome back to part 2 of finishing up our chocolate heart Valentine swag. So in the first part I went over how I did my base. It's the 24-inch evergreen base. I have 12 pieces of mesh, 6 down, 6 up, and I got 3 pieces additional in the center. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to attach this really pretty Ferris silk heart. I'm going to put this in the middle on a little slant, and I'm going to do 2 bows, and then we're going to fill in with some greenery and some picks. So welcome back, everybody. For those of you that didn't see part 1, I did the base and I did my introduction, so I'll do that here now. I am Paula from Forever Blooms by Paula. I am a wreath maker designer, and I have been wreath making designing for several years, and for the past 3 years I've actually done it with my Etsy shop and doing local vending at local shows. So what I did is, I should probably take this out and show you. So the heart comes with a hoop here, a little loop, and I'm going to wire tie that in. But the back side doesn't have anything, so I used a cable mount and I super glued that to give it that extra attachment piece. So, and how I use, and this is just bind wire. It's basically paper coated wire. You can find it on the Prime store, the Amazon store. And all I do is this is how I attach it to my wreaths, to my swags. And then I use this. This is called a, there you go. It's a weave needle, and it's plastic, and you get them in packages of like 5, 6, 10, also off of Amazon. And it helps to pull through the wire. It makes it a lot easier. Okay, and because it's a swag, it's going to have just one what do you call it, wire, I guess it is. The stem of the swag is just single, so I got to put the wire on both sides of the backbone or the stem to attach it. So I'm going to do that. It really helps to get it through the mesh and to get it loaded get it loaded in there. So I'm going to put that there. It's very cool. It's a chocolate heart, but it's got like the undertones of rose gold underneath all that chocolate color. So I think the rose gold was a really nice choice. Really nice choice for this swag. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to put one of the wires through, and I'm going to poke it down through the mesh. The trick is to keep it on I want to keep it like kind of like on a crooked. I don't want it nice and straight. I want it crooked. I want it crooked. I don't want it straight. So we're going to finagle back and forth with the wire a little bit, because when you've only got the one backbone coming through on here, you're going to have to finagle it in the back, I think, a little bit. So you can see how it's on like a little bit of a slant. Isn't that pretty? I like that. I like that. This is going to be listed in my shop. It's not a custom order. It's something I want to design. I bought the heart like last year, and it's like I didn't find time or the place to actually do it. So very pretty. Okay, so I'm going to hang this up here, and I'm going to make some bows now. And I've got some very pretty ribbon choices. I like that. I like that a lot. So I have a gorgeous brown This is a ribbon. It's got gold in it, but when you put it up against the white gold, the rose gold, it's gonna look really, really pretty. It goes well with with the heart. So we're gonna use some chocolate. And I have some rose gold. The rose gold is really, really pretty. You can see that. And I don't know. I think maybe this here's really pretty too. I think I might use this. This is it's a cream. Oop, you can see the reflective glitter. So I think these will be the 3 that I'm going to use. And I will finish it with, oh, I got a solid too. I didn't see that. Oh, I got to use this here too. So I'm going to, I don't know if I want to use the brown now. I think I may want to just use all the rose golds and the creams. I don't think I'm going to use the brown one. I don't know. Gee whiz. I wish I had a live audience to help me out. I don't want to put too much ribbon in it, but I do. Well, let's see. We'll try it. We'll try it. We'll try it. So now I have, this is my bow maker. I hate when they say bow maker because it's really a bow helper. I make the bow. But this is what they call it. They call it a bow maker. This is the Easy Craft, Easy Bows Design Pro. Okay. And it can be bought on the Prime store. Okay. That's where I bought mine. It was at the Prime store. So, all right. First ribbon that goes in is the widest. This is a 4-inch ribbon. I'm only going to do 1 loop of it. Because it is 4-inch and it's very, very thick. So I'm going to use the other ribbon as more focal. I don't like the back side of that. I think I'm going to cut it. Sometimes the 4-inch ribbons have a really nice like satiny background and you can just roll the edge under, but I'm going to dovetail this one. See? Do the dovetail. And I'm going to make a 10-inch tail. And you pinch it. For this ribbon, you have to pinch it first because it's so thick. Okay? And then we're going to go around. And I'm going to do a 7-inch loop. I'm going to do a 7-inch loop. I'm going to pinch it again. Okay? And push it down. And then you have to twist it to get your ribbon in the right direction again. So you got to put it in upside down to bring it back. See how it's the back side? Now you got to pull it through and you got to flip it over when you twist it and push it down. Okay? That ribbon is a little bit too big. There we go. All right. I'm going to make this tail a little bit longer. Cut my dovetail. Okay, now I got to decide the ribbons here. So I think, because I don't want to use a ton of ribbon because I don't want the bow, I don't want it to distract from this pretty color. So I think I'm just going to use think I'm going to use the rose gold and this one here. And then I'm going to finish it with a single loop of the other. Okay? Oh, no. Gotta go. I have to do it the other way. I'm sorry, guys. I'm messing you up. We're going to do the floral first. The floral petals first. Yes. And then we'll do the rose gold. And then we're going to finish it with a single loop of the 1-inch ribbon. So I got a 4-inch ribbon. This here is a 2.5-inch ribbon, meaning the width of it. Okay. I don't know if I want to do 2 loops or not. Let's see. I think I'm going to do 2 loops. I'm going to do 2 loops of this one. I'm going to do 1 loop of the other one, of the pink, the rose gold, and then a single loop. And I'll show you what that does. Because I'm going to separate my loops here a little bit. I'm going to open them up. I've got the brown behind. I've got the rose gold on top. Right, the petals. Alright, and then we're going to do that. Put that over here. I'm going to put this over here because I'm going to do another bow down the bottom. So I'm going to do this bow on top. On the top. Alright. Okay, now I can take the wide rose gold. I'm just going to do 1 loop of this. 1 loop on each side. Okay. Put it in. Give it a twist. You get to twist it so that the wrong side comes up. Alright, you want your underside here. Now your pretty side. And I go, every row that I do, I go a little smaller. I go a little bit smaller so that they're not all the same size. Because you want your ribbon behind it to be shown. Okay, so we've got the tails. I'll cut my dovetails once it's on my swag. That way I know where to cut it. Instead of cutting it now and then cutting it again possibly. Okay. So this is a really pretty, very simple bow. So now I have the matching. Now we've got the 2.5-inch. We've got the 2.5-inch floral. I've got a 1.5-inch floral that matches it. And I'm just going to make this the last loop of my bow. I put it in, give it a twist, put it in again, and I'm going to make like a little loop so that it's got the center, the little center loop. You know, like when you wrap a package, how you get like the little center? That's the little center right here. Okay, and we're gonna come down here, and we'll cut this one. This side here is longer because when I put this bow in, see how the heart's a little bit crooked? I want the tails longer on this side than I do on this side. It just gives a really nice effect. So now what I do is I have these really long zip ties. This is what I'm going to tie my bow off on. And then I'm going to put some wire behind it. I'm going to use my bind wire. I'm going to use my bind wire, the paper covered wire. And this is what it's going to use, like on my heart. This is what's going to be used to attach it to the swag. So let me cut a piece of this off and have it ready. He's ready. Okay. Now all I gotta do is I gotta slip this underneath all my loops, come out the other side. Okay. And I really should have a longer a longer zip tie, but I don't right now. So we're just gonna get it done. I usually use much longer zip ties, and for some reason I didn't order them long enough. Especially when you're using designer ribbon, the really thick ribbon. Okay, I got it going. I got it going. Now I use a bow maker because first off, my hands aren't huge, and I don't think, I think my hands would be like super sore if I was to sit there. I don't think I could hold all this. Now there are some designers out there that they swear by doing a hand bow. I am not that girl. I am not that girl. So don't let your ribbon slip. You want to take it out of the bow maker. And once I got it started, I grabbed the back. I put my thumb in the back. And I just hold it tight. Okay. So this is what I meant by you want to have your ribbons in, you want to go shorter every time you put a ribbon in, okay? So that your ribbon behind it can be seen. So then I did 2 loops on each side of the floral. I did one of the rose gold. See how that like it gets framed inside? And then I did my last little ribbon. And that gets framed inside the rose gold one. See? Okay. So now I'm going to take my black wire. I'm going to tighten my loop a little bit more so I don't lose where my ribbons are. Yeah. Okay. And we're going to put this in. You feed it through right underneath the zip tie, and then you just tighten your zip tie as tight as you can. Okay, and you snip it off, just like that. Okay, so that's a really pretty bow. So now we're going to take our swag down. And I'm going to put this bow up here, and we're going to use the weave needle again, the plastic weave needle that we used to put our heart in. Same thing's going to happen. I'm going to take the wire, I'm going to put it through here, and go to the very top of my swag in the back, in the very top of my swag, where I can still get, where the spine of the swag is. Very top, tip top. Alright, there's that wire. And now I gotta get the other wire, the other half. Ah, I just pulled it out. Alright, let's try it again. Put one side in and put the one side out. Okay, put that side in on one side of the spine. Okay. And now I'm going to take the other wire and go on the other side. Because once you go through all your mesh and everything, it makes it hard to put them both through the needle on a swag anyway. It makes it hard to go put both of them through the swag at the same time. You have to kind of do it both sides. Or I find it that you have to do it on both sides. Okay, what did I just do? This is live TV. Well, kind of live TV. I just pulled my wire all the way out. But because I got my little weave needle, I can put it back in. I can't believe I just did that. I pulled too tightly. I pulled too tight and I just pulled it right through the other side. We'll start over again. Please don't think of me as incompetent, because I'm not. I just tugged too hard on one side. Alright, once again, let's do this thing. Okay, we gotta get it where I need it. Try this one more time. Third time's the charm. Is that how the story goes? It's really not that hard, I promise. I really promise. Okay. Alright, now I gotta remember not to pull one of the sides too far. Okay, I did it. I did it. And you're just gonna have to refluff your wire. You know, that's the nice thing about the wired ribbon, is that you can just refluff this right up. Because when you package it to ship, when you put it away for the year, even if you hang it up in the closet, it's gonna need refluffing when you take it back out again for your next season. So see, now I gotta center it. Sure it's in the center. The heart's I want the heart a little bit crooked. Alright, and we're just gonna give it a couple of twists. Before when everything is said and done, before it goes out to my buyer, it's gonna have all the little wires. After I'm done the live, or after I'm done the recording, I'm gonna do all my trimming of my wires in the back. Okay, so let's put this up so you can see. Very, very pretty. You open up your wires. Okay, so now I'm going to cut my ribbon tails. Or I might tuck these. I think I may gather these and tuck them. I don't know. See how they're all like that? You can just give them a pinch. I can get a zip tie. And I can zip tie this right to my that gives a nice effect. Okay, I think I'm gonna do that. Let me do my little tails so they look nice on the ends. Do a little dovetail. Alright. Just gotta pinch them all together. I'm going to do a zip tie and a wire is what I'm going to do. Where's my back wire? So I can, because if I can leave them loose. I can definitely leave them loose. But I kind of like the look of it being tucked in. Because what I may do is I may take it and I'm going to tuck it in here, and then I'm going to have another one coming down here. I'm going to take just the ribbon tails. Okay? So what we can do is I'm going to do the dovetails over here. I'm going to leave these loose because they're short. And like I said, I go a little bit shorter than the last one so you can see them all. Just like that. So over here, I'm going to get the brown. I'm going to get all these ribbons again, and I'm just going to make an extension, and I'm going to come down here. So all I'm going to do is go like this. I'm going to go like this and like this. Get my pink. I don't need a lot. I'm going to tuck here and then tuck here. I don't need a whole lot. I do need enough to do the tucking though. Okay. I didn't even need to do the dovetails on this side because I'm going to do this tuck pleating. So I'm just going to line them all up. Like this. Just as if I had an extension. But it's going to put like an extra like little dimple, if you want to say it like that. What I should have done, in a way, is I shouldn't have cut my tails in the first place. I should have just left them longer. But this is how you can fix your mistake. Because this is all going to get tucked in and no one's going to know. No one's going to know. So we're going to go like that. And we're going to get this all, I'm going to trim this first, and then we're going to tuck it in, okay? This is not the way I normally would have done this, but that's what happens after I did all the cutting. That's after what happens when you do all the cutting first. You do all the cutting first, and then you have to do this again. So now I'm going to get another zip tie. I'm probably just going to get one of the big ones here. Want to make sure that it's doubly done. Okay. Because this is not how you would normally do it. You would have left your tails really, really long, and you wouldn't have had to do this at all. But I, in a sense, messed up. So I'm just trying to fix my mistake. So we're going to tuck this in. We're going to get some wire and we're going to tuck that in, and then we're going to floof this up. I'm going to put a decorative piece here, and no one's going to know. So let's fix that. Let's tuck that in. We'll tuck that right in there. And then I got plenty of ribbon down the bottom, for sure. Alright, let's get my wire. And I'm going to get my weave needle. Did I drop it? Did I lose it? I got it right here. Yeah, normally you would just leave your tails like really long to begin with, and I apologize, but when you're designing live, this is what happens. Sometimes it happens this way. I'd rather show my mistakes live and own up to them. Okay. And this one here. I'm going to tuck under here. Nip tuck. Get it through the mesh and pull it through the other side. Like that. Okay. Now I'm going to gather it again. And this time here it's going to actually have a longer tail because my swag isn't that long. And I'm going to actually come across the front. I'm actually going to come across the front. And we're going to get some bind wire. Well, actually, I want to do a zip tie again. I like zip tying these together. That way you know they're not going to move. Separate my ribbon a little bit. So now I'm going to put them all together like this. I'm zip tying them down here. I'm going to put my wire through before I forget. My wire through here. Like that. Give it a tug, 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 tug. Tug, tug, tug. Alright, there's that. And then we're going to attach it down here, like right underneath the heart. That looks really pretty. Looks really pretty. And we're going to go on either side, again, either side of the swag spine. I want it a little bit lower. Just like that. Perfect. Right, now I can dovetail these. I'll hold this up in a second and I'll show you. Oh, happy accident, I guess. Took a little bit of MacGyver So see how that tucked in and then it came back down again? Like I said, normally you wouldn't separate. You would just continue your ribbon from the top, but I changed my mind. So this is what happens when you change your mind. You redirect. So I'm actually going to put some greenery in there, and you're not going to know that it's been basically zip tied here. We're going to cover that all up. So isn't that pretty? Very pretty. I like it. All right. Now we're going to add some. We got some greenery that we're going to put in here. Very pretty. I like that. Okay. Got some of those. I have some pearlescence. I don't know. I might put some of these, just a few of those in. But and I actually I'm going to put in some of these eucalyptus. Just to put a little bit of green in. Just a little bit. And I can test it before I even put them in to see if I want to add green or if I just want to stick to the muted colors. I may just want to stick to like these platinums and these colors first before I decide to put greenery in. So I'm just testing out some color palette. And I think, I don't know, I don't think I want to put the greenery in. I think everything is so rosy gold and brown. I don't think I want to put like greens in. I think the greens will throw it off. So I'm not going to do greens. I was going to do pine and greens, but I think that's going to throw it off. Because I did have these as well, but it's going to throw off the look. So we're not going to do that. We are going to continue, and we're going to put some of the gold elements in it. And I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, sorry about that. I'll have to splice this together because I had to pause for a second. So we're just going to continue with putting some embellishments in just to bring a little more sparkle. So these are like a champagne color. It all goes with the ribbon, so I'm not worried about any clashing of color or anything like that. So these are like a champagne color, which goes really well with the ribbons. And I'm just going to add a few pieces around. They got like little sequins to them. They're really pretty. little string here. And I'm going to put, when I go to put my pearls in the back here, it will help where I put those in there together. So you'll see, or actually you won't see because you won't notice it. So like I said, these are really, really pretty. I'm just going to go around the whole swag, making sure I have every area. Even the top. I'm going to add some. I got this. Oh, it's a glittery pine, and I got it from White Bayou. They're an online retailer. You don't need a wholesale or a tax ID or anything. They sell to the general public. And I'm super short. Turn it so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put those white pearl essence in a minute. First I'm going to do my pine. And then I'm going to turn this a little bit more so I can see what I'm doing. I'll turn it right back around for you guys. Ooh, too big a glove. For those that I didn't even, I have a glue pot. I have a Sure Bonder glue pot is what I'm dipping into for hot glue. Instead of using a glue gun when I'm designing this way, I prefer using a glue pot. I tend to not burn myself when I use a glue pot. If I use a glue gun, sure as heck I'm going to be burning myself a couple of 100 times. I'm surprised I even have fingerprints anymore. So yeah, no, I'm using a glue pot. Just using my nippers and cutting off what I want. And you'll no doubt get some glue strings that you're gonna take care of when you get all said and done. You know, you get glue strings that I've tried different temperatures, I've tried different glues, and you still get out of your glue pot, you still get glue strings. So add a little layering. What want to try and layer it a little bit so that it's not all sticky out on the outside edge. I want to layer it. Get these out of the way so I can put some in the bottom. It's a really pretty piece. Very pretty piece. So, like I said, if anybody's just tuning in, I am Paula, Forever Blooms by Paula. That is my shop. You can find me on Etsy. You can find me on all the platforms. Where my shop is on Etsy, but other than that, just for multimedia and communication's sake, I am on every platform. So let's see. I don't want to put a ton of these around, just a few. And I'm not going to glue them in until I'm sure what I'm doing. Because I don't want to overwhelm, I don't want my wreath to appear like it's got polka dots. You know what I'm saying? I want it to feel a little more organic. So if they like kind of peek out, that's okay. But I don't want them like all over the place. I want to see if I can want to wrap it around, or do I want to? I think I'm just going to bend it and put it in. That. I can put some more green in there. Not green. Greeneries. I need something there. Like I said, I want them I want them there peeking. I don't want them there like, I'm a berry. Look at me. I want them kind of peeking like that. All right. What do you think, guys? This way. There you go. Very pretty. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. So that's how I do, or that's how I did this swag anyway. This one will be listed in my Etsy today or tomorrow. We're not even at Christmas yet, so I'm not in a hurry to get it listed. But I wanted to share glue string. I wanted to share how I do a swag. So I've been posting a lot of shorts, and I'm hoping to go actual live on YouTube shortly. So if you enjoyed this, please like and follow, and leave me some comments. I'm sorry if things seemed a little jumbled. If my mistake actually ended up being just fine, because it's perfect. It's exactly how I wanted it to look. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.